You are invulnerable. Greetings again, I am Jeshua. I have come this day to further with you my discussion of A Course in Miracles. One of your lessons currently says, God is in everything I see. Lesson 29. The reason for this is very clear. In essence, you are God. As I say so often in A Course of Miracles, you are the Son of God. Indeed, in the truth of what you are as His Son, you are part of God, and therefore part of all that is. I say Son in the singular, because the sons of God do not exist, for you are one. For what you are in your collective oneness is the Son of God. It is your essence, in your totality and your oneness, which makes you the Son of God. All other beings whom you perceive as separate from yourself are in truth but aspects or facets of that oneness, which is indeed but yourself. This truth pertains not only to living beings, but to that which you consider inanimate, the tables, the chairs, cars, and things which seem without life, also to the trees and flowers, those things which seem to be living. They are all the same. All of it is part of that which you call yourself. God is in everything you see, because in truth everything you see is seen through the eyes of God. For God is what you are. It is not exactly true that you are completely God, for God is the Creator, and we, including myself, are the created, the creations. It is our inheritance to be one with God, to be co-creators of all that is. 'Tis a fine point of difference between the Creator and His creations. And for purposes of your living on this earth, in this world, you are God. So everything you see is, in fact, a creation of your own. And you are the God of that creation. As the Son of God, you are the Spirit of God yourself. All of that which you see is God, and indeed is God. For everything is one. So it must be that that which you see is yourself. This point shall be made over and over again, until you go far beyond the limited understanding of words. The words shall become unnecessary, and what remains shall be a realization, an awareness, simply experience, and then you will be free. One of the lessons said that you could escape the world you see by giving up your attack thoughts, Lesson 23. And one of the others said your attack thoughts are attacking your own invulnerability. Lesson 26. Hear me well. You are, in fact, invulnerable. Over that you have no choice. There is nothing you can do to change the fact that you are invulnerable. There is nothing outside yourself that can have any effect of any kind upon you or your experience or your awareness. Even if you actively resist and would oppose these words I say, you cannot change the fact that you are invulnerable. For you are the Son of God, and the Creator of the entire world you see. Over this you have no choice. Every aspect of your world, everything you might call good, everything you might call bad, every upset you feel, every joy, all of it must be created by you, and nothing, no one, no being can alter that fact. This truth applies directly to every relationship in which you find yourself. If ever it seems to you that someone separate from yourself is causing you to feel anything, be it anger or hatred or upset or joy, you are mistaken. For you then are asking that you be vulnerable. And I tell you again, it cannot be so. Every time you experience joy, know that it is your own creation, and that you have chosen it for yourself. Every time you experience frustration or anger or grief or sadness, or any of that which you perceive as negative, be fully aware that you have chosen it for yourself, and indeed have cherished it and delighted in it. For if you had not done so, it could not be, and you could not experience it. Were I to repeat these last few sentences over and over again, until at last you experience them as truth, then you would be done with A Course in Miracles, and you would be free. That knowing in itself would be enough. For in your knowing that you choose, that you create, that you delight in everything which you experience, in your knowing of that truth you become free. Freedom in your relationship shall come from that same knowing that each being is not only himself, but is also you. All dynamics of all relationships are but mutual choices within the oneness, which is both of you, or the three of you, or the four of you, or the billions of you. Your invulnerability knows no limits. If suddenly you found yourself the only living being on earth, it would still be so. And if the wind blew, it would be your creation and your choice. If you are walking alone and the wind blows your hat off, it could not have happened had you not chosen it, for such is your invulnerability. And so it is with everything you perceive. And if your car does not run, and if appliance stops, if it rains, if the sun shines, if flowers grow in your garden, whether your garden grows well or not, hear me well, always you are invulnerable. You are the sole creator of everything in your existence. But because you are one, everything in existence harmonizes instantaneously, fully, totally, with that which you create. What then does it mean to attack? To attack means to believe that somehow you are not invulnerable. If you think even for a moment in any circumstance or relationship that something that can happen to you, and not by your own choice, then you believe that you can be the victim of something. For you believe it is possible for something to happen to you. That belief implies separation, does it not? The only way anything can happen to you is if there exists a something different from you, which can make it happen, and in your invulnerability that cannot be. In that moment of attack upon yourself, you have chosen to believe that you are separate one from another, and such a belief in separateness is what forms the building blocks of this world. This world, if you will, is but a game you are playing, in order to see what it's like to be alone. Be still for a moment, and ponder what it's like to be totally alone. It will take you that long, a moment, to realize that it does not contain joy, and if it does not contain joy, it cannot be of God. If you would discover the world of joy, if you would escape the troubles and fears of this world, all you need do is escape from the belief in separation. All you need do is realize beyond your thinking that separation cannot be, that all is one, and that nothing can be in your life except by your choice, your delight, and your creation. If you would discover that world, begin here, albeit within your thinking. In every circumstance, bring with you this idea which says, I am invulnerable. I have chosen every last detail of my life. In every circumstance in which you find yourself believing there is someone or something outside of you which can do something to you, be it joyful or to be it negative, draw yourself up short and say, wait a minute. I am God and I am invulnerable. This could not be here in my life had I not chosen it, out of my own delight and out of my own love. Do this as often as you can, as often as your spirit will allow. For the more you do so, the more you will find yourself free. One of the lessons said, above all else, I want to see. Lesson 27. Do not forget from your earlier lessons that seeing is not something you do with your eyes. Your eyes are idols of separation. Your eyes are part of this illusion you call your body, whose very nature epitomizes separation. So seeing is not of your eyes. Seeing is of the depth of your being, of your experience. And when the lesson says, above all else, I want to see, what it means is, above all else, I want to experience this world in my oneness, in my invulnerability. As you see this world, not with your eyes, you will see it as your own creation. You will see your own invulnerability, your own godliness. You will see beauty and peace and joy, for that is what you are, and that is what you will know. So as you move toward true vision, beyond the scene of this world, you will say, above all else, I want to see things differently. Be aware that what you want, in your invulnerability, is to see the world as your own creation, and as part of the oneness of all it is. One of the first steps you take in learning to see is to realize, as one of the lessons said, that you don't understand what anything is for. Because as you try to think and analyze and use the physical senses, it will not be possible for you to see. Indeed, if you wish to go beyond your senses, to true vision and true perception, you will need to give up the notion that you can truly experience your world through your senses. And even if hard for you to believe, the thinking of your brain is a product of your senses. That is to say, your thoughts are of the physical world and of the senses, and they will pass away at such time as your body passes away. If you desire, then, to go beyond your senses, and therefore beyond your thoughts unto freedom, you must realize that your thoughts are not telling you the truth, that your senses are not perceiving the truth. You must realize, ultimately, that your senses are not perceiving what is real. Insofar as you, heretofore, have experienced your world through your senses, then indeed you do not understand what anything is for. You do not understand its nature or its purpose. You really do not even understand why you have created as such. Do not be upset by this. It is so easy to interpret these words as negative. But what they open for you is the gateway to freedom. You are the Son of God. You are invulnerable. There can never be on this earth or in any other world anything in your experience which you, as the Son of God, have not brought to yourself as your own creation. Substitute that thought for the thought that things in your world can happen to you, with you as the victim, and simply ask yourself, which of the two speaks of freedom? And in an instant you will know. So do not be disheartened. Realize that I am speaking to you of freedom. As you allow this freedom and this joy to enter your life, it will involve letting go of the old beliefs and the old patterns. But as you follow this course, you will let them dissolve easily and freely, and always in their place you will find nothing but love. You shall never be alone. You will never find yourself in a void. You will never have to deal with fear. Such is the love I bring to you, for such is the message of A Course in Miracles. Blessings upon you all. That is all.